Hello and welcome back to the Carl Lewis Academy YouTube channel. In this episode, I will walk you through the process of how you can enable virtualization on your computer and then install Hyper-V. Take a look at this picture on my screen. This is my computer BIOS. So when you restart your computer, depending on your computer, to enter the BIOS, you could either press F2 or F10 or F12 or F8. So depending on your computer, enter into BIOS. When you enter into BIOS, I want to draw your attention to the left side of my computer screen where I have virtualization support. So it may be called virtualization support on your computer, or it may just be called virtualization. When you click on virtualization, take a look for this option called Enable Intel Trusted Execution Technology, TXT. By default, on my computer, this option was switched to off. So just make sure to turn it on. So when you turn it on, then you come down to the bottom here and click Apply Changes, and then you click on Exit. For my computer BIOS, some computer BIOS will have Apply Changes, or some will have Save and then Exit, right? So you have Save. Sometimes you have one button there is just on the Save, and another button is Save and Exit. So it will save the changes and exit, or you save and then you exit after. So this is the very first thing you want to do, is to turn on virtualization within your computer BIOS. Once you do that, the computer will boot up and you will log into your computer. When you log into your computer, I want you to press the Windows logo key and press arrow, which will open Run, and then you type appwiz.cpl, and you can press enter, or you can click on OK. So I'm going to click on OK. And what this will do is this will open my add and remove programs. On the left of my add and remove programs, I want to come to turn Windows features on or off. So I will click on that. And then the user asset control will come up. I will click yes, and then it will open Windows features. So I'm just going to expand this window. In this list, by default, Hyper-V will not have the check mark here. It will be just like how you see guarded host. There's no check mark. So what you will do is you will click in this little square to the left of Hyper-V, and the check mark will appear. And then when you come to the bottom right and click on OK, it will turn on the Hyper-V features that is already built within your Windows, and it will install the features. It will turn it on and install. It would install the feature and turn it on. And afterwards, all you need to do now is restart your computer so that the changes can take effect. When you restart your computer, you will come to this Start button. You can either click on the Start button, or you can click in the search, and you just type the word Hyper, and it will show you Hyper-V Manager. So you click on Hyper-V Manager, and then the user's access control or the user account control will come up, and then you click on yes, and it's going to open your Hyper-V Manager, and it will look exactly like this. So once you are able to see the Hyper-V Manager and open it to this point, it means that you have successfully installed Windows Hyper-V or enable Hyper-V on your computer. I think when it comes to the Windows operating system, whether you are using Windows 10 or Windows 11, I'm not sure that this Hyper-V functionality is built within Windows Home Edition. The Windows editions that has the Hyper-V with Windows 10 or Windows 11 is either Windows 10 or Windows 11 Professional or Windows 10 or Windows 11 Education Edition. So make sure of and verify the edition of the Windows 10 or Windows 11 that you have on your computer. So let me know in the comment section below if you are using Windows 10 Home or Windows 11 Home. Then I can make another video on how to enable Hyper-V in Windows Home, Windows 10 Home or Windows 11 Home. So once you have successfully installed Hyper-V, then you are good to go. So that brings us to an end of this episode. So this episode was just to turn on Hyper-V. So the first thing we did was we went to the BIOS and we enabled virtualization in the BIOS. Then afterwards, we log into Windows, whether Windows 10 or Windows 11, and we went to add and remove programs, and we turn on the Hyper-V features. We restarted the computer, and now we have our Hyper-V manager. So once we have a Hyper-V manager, it means we are good to go. Now we can start to create virtual machines and install operating system within those virtual machines. So this brings us to an end of this episode. In the next episode, we will walk you through how to download the ISO image of the various operating systems that we will be using. So we will be using Windows Server 2019 and Windows 11. So we will walk you through how to download the ISO images. So without further ado, take care, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.